Okay, everybody, I think we're about to get this problem taken care of. Can y'all hear me now? And
Yes.
okay, you can hear me new too, Natasha, right? Can you see me yet?
Yes.
You can
I
see me?
cannot see you.
Okay,
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
he's going to come in there and take care of that in just a second. But yeah, we've had to do a little restart. I have a friend here with me. Come over here a little closer here. This is Forecast Matt,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Matt has been on with us for a while. He's how old are you? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm 13 years old and I started my YouTube channel about a month ago, maybe. So.
He has a YouTube channel that he has started doing weather, and we're going to incorporate him into us. But you guys go over to his YouTube channel. It's Forecast Matt, and he actually does a good job. I'm pretty impressed with him. So I'm going to I'm going to steal him, and he can still keep his own YouTube page. I may have him do some stuff with us, but go over and subscribe to him. See what you think. Hi, Dave. I'm glad to see you on with us. At least some folks can hear me, I think. Everybody can see us, and sound is coming through. So she said, Sandy Winter says, I see and hear all y'all. Sheila Blackburn says, I can hear you now. Mahoma Austin says, hi, David. Raining in Greenville. Do you know it's raining up in Greenville?
No.
Yeah, Forecast Matt's been on with us before, and he's actually doing a good job. I really looked at his page, and he's got a pretty good little page there. So go over and hit subscribe on Forecast Matt. You'll have to do a search for it, but you can find him. Hi, Harley. Everybody says hello, and Helltail Mario says, hi, everybody. Any more storms expected tonight? Yeah, probably. Oh, my goodness, I'm about to lose my voice. Chris Campbell says, yes, it's coming through now. Good. I'm glad to hear that. And Mary Vorver says, good for you, Matt. Oh. Say hello. Come up here to the mic a little close. Say hello to Mary.
Hello, Mary.
Mary Vorvis is one of our good friends, been with us for a while. She says, good for you, Matt. And then she says hi to me, Mark, and Natasha. Faye Rogers, hello, David and Mark. Appreciate you both. And Linda McElrath, about time you came back on here. She says, hello, Thunder and Snow Buddies. Yeah, I missed you last time we were on, Linda. Diane Harper Mitchell says, hello, David. She's over on the David Powell Weather and Wisdom Facebook page. And then Jacob Gibson's with us. He says, it doesn't take long to be tired of the rain. It certainly doesn't. So, Matt, let's take a look at this. What do you think? Uh-oh, I got to go back and fix Mark. He done flown the coop on us. I don't know. We've had some serious doggone issues. Well, hold on a minute. Now, let me get back down to where it is.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, I'm glad to see you. And we got Mark back on. Is he still? Can you see me now?
No, we didn't get it figured out. I can hear you, so that's totally fine. I'm just not going to see everything.
Okay, can you see the chats though?
I can see the chats,
okay.
And I can see myself.
Okay, well that's a good thing. So all you got to do is sit there and read off the chat to us. So Matt and I have y'all's back here. We're going to take care of it. Hey, Mark, are you with us?
Almost. He just.
I can hear you.
Yeah, he's on. Okay, so we've all got audio, and I can see everybody. I guess everybody at home can see us. So anyway, Diane Mitchell says, and hello, Matt. You're getting the fan club here, I tell you. You say hello back.
Hello.
Leon Shirk says hello, Matt.
Leon Shirk is my brother-in-law.
Oh. Okay. Leon, he wasn't supposed to say that. He's going to try to make you look good, see? You have a bunch of people say hello. Chris Meacham says, Mark has gone for a pie again at Old Charlie's. Chris Meacham, I'm going to have to set you down and have a chat with you. That's all it is to it. Linda McElrath says, hello to my good friend David, because she likes me. You know, she's been with us a long time. She coined the phrase snow buddies. And so I haven't talked to Amy yet, Linda, to see if she's found out the issue with the website, but we're working on it. I promise you, we haven't let it just go. Oh, wait a minute. There's another feller on there that says, hi, Matt.
That's my other brother-in-law.
How many relatives you got anyway?
He's the guy that was just here.
Oh, okay. All right. So
You've got
So-
quite the following.
Oh yeah, he's going to be popular. Brandy, none of your business. I know who you are. Hey, hi Brandy, good to see you. So everybody is wondering what's going on. Blackheart 502, which is Gerald, he's up at Nortonville. He says, pretty good bit of lightning and thunder here in Nortonville, heavy rain as well. And yeah, let's pull this up here. Let's see what we got. We're going to zoom in a little bit, and we can kind of see the radar. We've got a special weather statement on this storm just outside of Bowling Green, just north of Russellville, and we'll see what it says here. Okay, so it's got half-inch hail in that. It's also saying it's moving northeast at 55, so it's moving pretty fast. Minor hail damage to vegetation is possible. Locations impacted include Morgantown, Anderson, Lewisburg, Woodbury, Munford, Ensco, Spa, Dimple, Epleys, and Aberdeen. So if you're outdoors, you might want to consider going indoors because of that particular storm. Let me go back here and we'll take a little closer look if I can ever get my finger to close this thing. Come on here. There we go. So that's with this storm right here. And it doesn't look overly severe though, does it, Matt?
No.
Go ahead, talk if you want.
It doesn't look severe because it's not near as red as some severe storms can get.
That's right. That's exactly right. In fact, if we put it into motion, we'll look see if there's any rotation in it. I don't think there is. No, it doesn't look like there's any rotation about anything. But yeah, you're right. That was pretty red earlier.
Yeah.
By the way, Dave, you're on multi-roll, multi-sensor. You might get more resolution if you went to single site.
Let me do that. Oh, yeah,
well-
that changed things a lot, didn't it, Matt?
Yeah, which one is this?
That's that same storm we were looking at. This is a different angle on it, and now we've got something a little serious there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty intense right here. I'd say it's along.
That's got a slight bit of bowing there to it
Yeah.
as well, so it could have some gusty winds with it.
Yeah, you know what bowing means, though, right?
What?
It's where if you get winds kind of, you get outflow winds coming off of it, it'll bow out the line a little bit, and you see that little bow in there.
Yeah, I've heard of that before.
Yeah, so it's along 2377, just east of Highway 106, and it's approaching Anderson. I'm trying to see let's go down and see what houses we got in here. It does appear we don't have a lot of houses there, but there's some places
There is
there.
a couple there.
Yeah, I see that. What's the name of that road? Can you see it?
Dallam Creek Road?
Dalton Creek Road, maybe.
Oh.
Is that Dalton?
No, that's an M at the very
Okay.
end.
Dalton Creek Road. So anyway, that looks like that could be a pretty good storm to watch out for. We'll keep an eye on that as it goes through. Right now, it doesn't appear to be increasing much, but it's moving pretty fast. Okay, so
Okay.
go ahead.
I'm gonna go soon, so make sure to subscribe to Forecast Matt.
Okay, Matt, it's good to have you on board with us, and
Yep.
we're going to hope to see you on here a
Yep.
lot more once you get in
Yep.
with the group. Okay.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. So we'll encourage people to subscribe to your channel, Forecast Matt, on YouTube, and I'm pretty impressed with him. So go on, and I'll see you next time, okay?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
So that is our good friend Matt. He is a young forecaster. I think he said he's 13. He's 13, and he is going to be up and coming. I'm going to change my camera now where I can get a little closer to everybody. There we go. Now, how do I look? Oh, Natasha can't see me. Hey, trust me, Natasha, I look great.
Just staring at myself right now in the comments. But I wanted to point out, Mike says, hello, David. Hello, Mark. But he didn't say hi to me or Matt. What's up with that?
Well,
I'm just kidding.
I don't know. He's a good friend, but he hadn't forgotten you, I'm sure.
I'm just messing. I'm just messing with him.
I'm looking for where he's at. I didn't see him on there.
Mike Bynum.
Oh, Mike Bynum, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, well, Mike Bynum goes back a long ways with us. He's one of our good friends. He's up in Washington, Indiana, and he is a loyal follower, and he always helps us out. He gets on them if they get too rowdy on here, so we appreciate it, Mike. I'm glad you're with us. He said, I just got on here. Sorry, what is your name again, Natasha?
Oh, it's all good. I'm just messing with you. It's Natasha.
Yeah, Natasha Joe.
Natasha Joe. And then we have Matt as a guest.
Yeah, Forecast Matt. He has left us now. He had to leave, but he has a busy appointment to make. He may even try to do a YouTube update himself. But yeah, I really think he does a good job. I was thoroughly impressed with his weather knowledge, and he's going to be a good one. Angie says, "Woo, that was a gully washer just came through Lewisburg." Yes, it was.
Yep.
That was a nasty little old storm there, and it's still, you got some more coming in on you too, but it's not like that first one. That first one is getting close, Mark. That's looking stronger and stronger, but
Yeah, that's kind of what we've been talking about. We are under a marginal risk today for severe weather. And this is what they've talked about, the individual storms that might get enough going to actually build up and become severe. And it'd be storms like this. They get just enough energy in them and just enough going to maybe give a good gust of wind or something like that. We do have a tornado threat, but it's low. It's like 2% or less.
well, I've got the track on that storm coming now. So if you are watching in this area up here, you can see about where it will be. I think these little blue markers about every 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, the storm will be here. And 30 minutes, it'll be right here. 45, it should be right here. So you get an idea of how it's moving and everything. And of course, the longer the track, the faster it's moving. And the shorter the track, the slower it's moving. So that gives you an idea. Another strong storm here just west of Greenville, up there in our friend Gerald's neck of the woods. It looks like it's getting pretty rowdy up there in North Christian, maybe near Nortonville.
Yeah, heading over in the general direction of Greenville, right?
Yeah, got some lightning with it. Yeah, in fact, that just came through Nortonville, so he may have taken cover. I don't see him on here right now. Judy Walton Newton says, hello, David Mark. She's on the David Powell Weather and Wisdom Facebook page. And let's see who else was. Let's see. Ginger Major says, hello, all. And she's in Crofton. Leo says, hit and miss in Lovelessville. Anita Wright says, good evening. Olivia Robinson, how's Princeton looking for the rest of tonight? And what's the likelihood of the tornado threat or risk, Mark?
Again, it's only about a 2%. It's very, very marginal. The major concern they have about these storms that are going to form, right now, we're just kind of like in the very beginning stages of anything. If we have anything severe, it's going to be in the overnight hours, probably past midnight. And if that's the case, the major thing they're looking for is thunderstorm winds. There could be some hail and there could be a tornado, but again, it's just not a real high percentage.
Yeah, these storms are going to actually look worse and probably sound worse than what they actually are. But Blackheart 502 Gerald says up there in Nortonville that he said it was pretty bumpy for a few minutes, but nothing too serious. So, yeah, that's a pretty strong looking storm. It's probably strengthened a little bit since it went through there, Gerald. So probably off to the east, it's even worse. Amanda Wright says it's running pretty good in Anton area. And Barbara Jean Sandlin Woodwards, that's a mouthful. We've got to get you shorten your name a little bit. She says, hi, David. Hi, Barbara. Good to see you. Danny Johnson, hard rain in Dawson Springs. Alicia Maxwell says, hello, everyone. Pouring rain here in northern Stewart County, down here in Tennessee. Let's go down here and take a look because I haven't looked down there. Oh, yeah. We got some pretty good little storms coming in down here. They're I guess Hopkinsville's still down. I'd like to get the radar on this a little better, but these are coming in pretty good. And, yeah, I can see Dover about to really get clobbered. Sonia Child says, Angela Babb, I guess she's wanting to get someone to look at this. And then Danny Johnson says, hard rain in Dawson Springs. And that would be up here somewhere in this area right here. Wait a minute. I'm in the wrong place. Okay, that's probably this part right here. Yeah, it just went through Dawson Springs right there. So, yeah, it was pretty good rain. Lacey Carr says, hello from Elkton. How you doing, Lacey? Sonia Childs and Lacey and Danny Johnson, Barbara, Amanda Wright, all of you. Harley, all of you are watching us over on the Weather and Wisdom Facebook channel. And so anyway, now, Brandy, none of your business. I love that girl. She is a mess. She is absolutely a mess. Think the world of her. She says, I'm ready for 80-degree weather. Do your summer dance. Brandy, you don't want to see that. Trust me. I don't have the summer body yet. I'm going to have to work on that, but I don't have it yet. Maybe Natasha, but not me. But anyway, yeah, I think I've got to tell you guys, it's going to get much colder before this gets better. And so, Mark, I'll tell you what, let's carry on through the forecast. Then we're going to talk about the next snow chance and give them an update on that.
All right. Well, we're only going to see highs in the 50s around here today, and then lows tonight, the same thing in the 50s, and the temperature will be rising overnight as we get that warm front moving up in our direction. Our high tomorrow is going to be in the upper 60s, but rain all the way through, between 1.5 inches and 2 inches with this round, and then later on through the weekend, another 1/2 inch to 1 inch coming in. So plenty of rain coming in. And again, that's the temperatures now through the rest of the week. We start cooling off a little bit. We'll see lows dropping into the 30s Thursday night and highs only in the low 50s on Friday. Friday night, low 40s. Saturday, it's supposed to be warm and up around 70 degrees again, but guess what? More rain. And then by the time we get to Monday, our highs will be in the upper 30s to low 40s, and the forecast is calling for rain mixed with snow.
And let's see, what's the date on Monday?
The 10th.
Okay, so that's not our Valentine's Day storm yet. Let me get
No.
over to...
Might be a precursor for it.
Yes, it might. Let me move this can I left up here. Good grief. I want to take a look at our models. And what do you suggest we look at first? Do we have all of the... we don't have the...
No, the 18Z probably just started coming out.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now. Let me see if I can change that. Let's go back to the 12Z. Okay. So the latest model hasn't finished downloading yet, but this is what we see for the 12Z. Is there a way to zoom in on this, Mark, or do you know?
You can go to the region. Go down to where it says regions,
all right.
and you can look at a little bit closer.
Let me do that. Regions. Eastern U.S. probably be good. That might help some.
Southeast usually is the best.
Well, this will be all right. Well, yeah, maybe we can. Well, let's leave it like this. That way everybody can see where everything is. So this is at 6 p.m. on February 5th, and this is the 5th. So this is where things are expected to be then. You can see we still have some warm air in with us. And let's go forward a little bit. Let's see what this does. Rain socked in all the way. There's through midnight. And there's through 6 a.m. There's through noon tomorrow on the 6th. And 6 p.m. it looks like it spreads back over everybody again. And then it finally starts moving out by midnight in the morning of the 7th. And then here we go. There's the 7th. And we're going to move on through this fairly quickly. There's another little round of rain on the 8th. My goodness. And that looks like a pretty good little round. Again, the 540 line is way up here north of us and doesn't show any signs yet of coming south, but I think it will soon. So let's go ahead and keep moving forward. Again, there's another round. This is on the 10th. That looks like it's got a little snow close, and the 540 line is fairly close to us. Not close enough, but
Yeah, it could drop in on the backside, but right there
there's the start.
we start to see.
This is on the midnight, February 11th, morning of February 11th. And let's move it forward a little bit. We got snow over us. Looks like a mix of rain and snow in some spots. The 540 line is right there, pretty close to us. And let's keep going. Then it kind of goes back to rain, then it goes away. Then we get another little round as that 540 line tries to drop south. Here's where we're having a problem. I don't know if this is showing the depth of the polar vortex pushing into the area there yet.
I don't think they've picked up on it yet.
No, it doesn't look like it has. I think that 540 line will be much further to the south. Now, out ahead of this, there's a chance for severe weather. We will watch that closely as this thing develops. This is the same thing we showed you guys the other day. So that storm is still being shown. The location of the snow is a little further north, but that could very well move south again. This is completely not going to be the final show of what the precip's going to do.
Each model run has been different.
Yeah.
As far as the exact location for rain, snow, they've all been indicating a storm around through the 12th time frame. But as far as to what it's going to do, every different run, they're this far north or this far south or somewhere in between.
I think it's going to be safe to say we will see. So we're going to get a storm. We're going to get some cold air. The question is it going to meet up at the right time to bring us that snow? That's the big issue. And Brandy, none of your business. I may as well put my Christmas decorations back up with this cold mess. That woman, she's a mess, I swear. You ain't right, Brandy. Sarah Carey says, thunder rolling in West Greenville with off and on rain showers, and I think that'll continue for most of the night. Gerald says, Blackheart 502, we're hoping for a couple of feet of snow. Okay. Jessica's in his ear right now about the snow. I know that.
Snow. We want snow. Yeah.
Then we'll be ready for warmer weather once we get a good snow. I know what he's talking about, though. Sunny 161, okay, I need a huge umbrella. The last big rain washed out part of my culvert under my lane. And if it gets any worse, I'm going to be stranded on my farm. I'm sorry, Sunny 161. I hope it gets good for you. Robin Walker says, hello from Stewart County, Tennessee. Hi, Robin. Yeah, you're probably getting some pretty good rains down there right now. We're going to look at that again here in a minute. Let's go on through this and see what happens. This is the 13th, 14th. And again, none of this makes any sense. And look at the big snowstorm up here. Again, I just don't.
And again, that's just a matter of 50 to 100 miles north or south of where the low goes through, and how soon the cold air gets in, as to who gets the heavy snow with that.
And then take a look at this. On the 16th, we have the freezing temperatures south of us, yet it's showing rain over us. So something's wrong with this. This is not right.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see a little skiff of snow here. That's probably from a clipper, if I had to guess, considering the northwesterly flow there. But it looks like it's going to lose it, which it usually does, and there it did. It lost it. And again, we're in the northwesterly flow. It is cold here. I think we'll wait till I get over to the well, no, I guess not. We're just going to look at it here. 14 degrees. That's cold.
Yes, indeed.
So
there's plenty of cold still left to come as we get into February and early March.
Yeah, it is. So let me get off of this. Here we go.
Lahoma Austin says, hey, David, it was 17 years ago tonight that the F3 came through Greenville, Powderly, and Central City.
That was the Super Tuesday outbreak. You remember that, Mark?
Yes, indeed. I was just going to say, we have had some big tornado outbreaks in February.
I remember that very well. Yeah, that was, unfortunately we lost 3 people up there in Greenville, and we mourned that for a while, but we did warn them. We gave the word. I even called the emergency manager up there at the time and let him know that it was coming, and he was able to get some people, to the storm shelters and everything. And I just hate that we lost anybody. I hate to lose anybody in a tornado. That's just absolutely abhorrent to me. And but you know what? If you do not have a storm shelter, and you know what, Natasha, we got to talk about this, right?
Okay.
The storm shelters. So I'm going to play this for you. Take a look at it. I've got a new commercial I'm fixed to have for them soon as soon as I get my editing software fixed up. But take a look at this. What would you do when severe storms with tornadoes threaten you and your family? If you have planned properly, you will have a storm shelter nearby that is strong, safe, and will save your family's life. Mid-South storm shelters provide just that. They blend well with the landscape and are proven lifesavers. When the weather gets severe, have no fear with a Mid-South storm shelter. Call today at 270-725-8888 6020. And those boys, I tell you, they built some good storm shelters. You saw how pretty they were. That's one Natasha probably liked to have in her yard. But yeah, they're beautiful. So then that brings us to the next sponsor. Natasha, you want to take it away?
Absolutely. With Michael Vance Roofing and Contracting, contact Michael if you have a roof problem or if you need any renovations or construction. His number is 270-707-ROOF, and they do a really good job. I also would like to mention Lakeside Campground and Marina. Spring will be here before you know it. If you need a place to camp, a really nice place to camp, fish, launch your boat, Lakeside is the place to go for that. And their number is 270-354-8157.
Daggone, she is smarter than me because she had that number. I didn't even have it. Okay, all right, I got you, Natasha. You've been studying up on me here lately. All right.
Yes, sir.
So also, I want to remind you that we have Katie Moyer with us at Kentucky Hemp Works, and golly, she's got some salve that people are just buying right and left. Can't hardly keep it in stock. So take a look at this. Anytime my aches and pains act up, I always reach for Kentucky Hemp Works Hemp Root Salve. It's easy to use. Just rub it on the affected areas and you will soon notice big relief. You can use it as a moisturizing lip balm or ointment that heals and protects your lips during adverse weather conditions and helps with preventing chapped lips. This amazing Kentucky Hemp Works salve is available in our online store at dpww.shop. Order today. And I do want to remind you that we have the online store at dpww.shop. But we also have Shop Weather and Wisdom, and we're going to get all that put on here pretty quick. I'll be talking to them hopefully tomorrow about that site. But that's where you find some clothing and apparel, and we got new designs coming into them. So a lot of that stuff hopefully will be on there. I do want to say as we go back to, let's go back to the radar for the minute. That's not radar. Hang on a minute. What did I do here? Hit the wrong button or something here. What's going on here? Good grief. There we go. Lisa and Bobby Fulkerson says that was her uncle, his wife, and their daughter that lost their life in that tornado. Yeah, I remember that day so well. I remember the next morning after it was over with, we had been involved in that thing as it came across Dawson Road. The sheriff at that time, Livy Level, ran right into it. We were able to get word to him to get out of the way. And just in the nick of time, he moved south of where it was going through, 500 yards wide about that time. And, we thought we had done good. And then we heard about the fatalities in Muhlenberg County. It was just heartbreaking. And I remember how we felt so low. You remember that, Mark? We just had this, I don't know what kind of feeling to describe.
Absolutely.
It was like I don't know. It was a feeling that I wish we could have done more, but sometimes there's just nothing else you can do. But anyway, let's go on now and talk about Anita Wright. She says, I'll be traveling to St. Louis first week of March. What do you think the weather will be? Well, if history has anything to say about it, it's going to be stormy. But the question is, can I pinpoint the exact day? You said the first week of March, so that's kind of leaving it wide open. You could have a variety of weather, but ask us when it gets a little closer, Anita. We'll try to give you a little bit better handle on that. Olivia Robinson says, how high are the odds looking for a tornado? Is it more likely to have one versus not, or vice versa? We're more likely to not have it than we are to have. I think the chances are very low. And in fact, Mark, what's our dew point here right now? Do you know?
The dew point right here in Christian County right now is 45.5 degrees.
So for severe weather, even, we need a dew point of 58 degrees. Yeah. And we're a long ways from that. I don't think it's too far off, though.
Yeah, our temperatures will be rising through the night. We're basically at our high temperature right now for the day. It actually skipped over our high temperature for the day, which is supposed to be 52, but the low tonight's only supposed to be 52. We're already colder than that. We're at 46. But then by morning, and the high tomorrow, we're supposed to be up in the upper 60s.
Well, let's take a
So
look back here at Martin, Tennessee. This is the area that we want to watch a little bit and see what their dew point there is only 44.6 degrees. So, Mark, that's
yeah,
still a ways to go.
it's slow coming. It'll be in the overnight hours for that warmer air to push up this way.
But
And with this area of storms going through, it may slow it down a little bit too.
the sign though, look at this haze, kind of a foggy type
Fog.
atmosphere. Yeah, that's a little bit. That's a little bit. Well, I won't say concerning because I'm not too worried about this severe event, but it also is an indication that the atmosphere is getting moistened up. If I go on back further to the southwest, let's take a look at this one. Ripley, Tennessee, they have a dew point of 52.5 degrees. So even there, down southwest of Dyersburg, it's still
I think that warm, moist air is probably pushing a little bit to the east of us, which is what I thought it was going to do
okay.
as it pushes up. So it may be on off into central Kentucky.
Well,
Will be the best chance for anything to happen overnight.
Let's take a look at this Parsons, Tennessee, Decatur County EMA. You can see they've got kind of a broken sky a little bit. Dew point, though, my goodness, 63.2 degrees. That's well above the severe criteria. And their outdoor temperature is 68 degrees. So, wow, that's a big deal from here all the way back here to, say, Dyersburg. There's a big difference in the temperatures. So how far north does this go? That's a good question. I don't see anything. Well, I guess the next one would be over here around Del Hollow, Carthage, Tennessee. You can see they've got a good stratolayer of clouds there. Wind seems to be calm. Let's see, the temperature is 63, dew point's 56.7. So they're not quite there yet either. So that's a good thing. I'm glad to see that.
The dew point in Dixon is 57. The dew point in Lebanon is 55. And their temperatures are getting up into around the low 60s.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can get this to come up. This is the weather observing place there. I think that's Outlaw Field. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, it is. I don't see okay, here it is. Dew point's 48 and the temperature's 52. So it's still got a ways to go in this area here. So, yeah, it's going to be well later. What's this dotted line? Is that an occluded front there, Mark?
Which line?
There's a dotted line running south of Hopkinsville back towards Mayfield.
That's probably just the trough developing.
Okay.
That's probably what's pushing those storms.
Yeah, there's the warm front back here to the south. So, yeah, you're right. That's a long... Ooh, excuse me. I didn't get enough sleep last night, I swear. Anita Wright says she's going to be going around the 3rd, coming back on the 9th. So she says she'll ask again, and that's good, Anita. We'll give you a better handle. Linda McElrest says, I'm still hoping for snow. I want some snow cream for my birthday. Okay, let's go back over to the models. And let me find it here.
Happy birthday, early birthday, Linda.
Okay. So I don't think I'm going to go over to, let's go over to COD. And what we have here, we're looking at the snow total, let's see, 24 hours. Let's go to precip type. Total snow accumulation. And what's the date on this? Let me look here and see just a second. This is February the 11th. It shows us having some snow on the ground on the 11th again. Mm-hmm. But now you might remember that it didn't show that over on the GFS we were just looking at. And I think this is similar, same model probably. So that in itself tells you something. You see this strip right on here. Anything along through here is going to be subject to change. And it could be a whole lot more than this is showing, or it could be rain. So my opinion, according to what I've been seeing with the polar vortex moving south, I'm going to go with the snow part, but because I know that Natasha, she's thanking you. I guess you saw Linda's thanks.
You're very welcome, Linda.
But yeah, I just wanted you to to see this because remember we talked about this. Remember the other day when we were headed on, this was showing like 20 inches over Christian County.
Right.
And so what a
Then,
change.
then it took it north, and then it took it south, and then it took it this way and that way, and
We'll back up
it's
just a
still
little
here and it's not here, and it's like the models have been very confused about this whole time, starting from probably around Monday on.
bit. Yeah, so this is February 11th we're looking at. I'm going to move it forward. So the 11th you see the snow coming in. It continues. Let's see how far it'll go. And it looks like we got now this one right here is the one we got to watch. That's coming into the west. And look at this. It is razor close as to where it's going to be. And we're already up into Valentine's Day. This is the 14th. And gosh, look at the snow piling up to our north. My goodness. And I do see some more trying to develop down this way. Now, here's what I did notice. Is we had a couple of clippers that looked like it was coming in from the northwest, Mark. Did you see those?
Yes.
So that is
And again, a clipper, especially when we're in getting into this time of the year, a clipper can just come running through and bring an inch or two of snow, or it can bring nothing at all.
yeah.
It just changes your temperature and your wind direction.
So yeah, this is one of those things where we're going to have to watch. I don't know what it's going to do exactly, but I can tell you right now that a storm is coming. All the models are showing something about this time period, and even as we go further, we're going on into around the 19th. You can see snow still piling up in the north. I have a hard time believing that we're not going to get something significant down this way. It's still showing us maybe as much as 1.5 inches, 2 inches, but that's nothing compared to what it could be. So again, I'm just letting you know. So let's see. Looks like my chat up here on the Facebook page is running a little behind. Jocelyn Walentine says, sorry to ask, but I'm just jumping on. What's Hopkinsville looking like for the next day or so, Mark?
Just looking for rain and thunderstorms tonight through tomorrow and for the next couple of days, and probably on the weekend again. We may get a little bit of dry weather on Friday, but in between that time, we are under a marginal risk. Marginal means there's not a great chance, but there's a slight chance for it, just a little chance for severe weather tonight, mostly for winds out of thunderstorms. But the tornado risk is not zero, but it is small.
I'm looking at this radar on Brownsville, Kentucky, and it has got a lot of lightning in it. That storm right there is probably rocking and rolling pretty good. I want to look at the...
and it just keeps pushing on east. It's very persistent.
Yes, it is. So let's see what it says. Pea-sized hail is now indicated there, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. Minor hail damage to vegetation is possible. It is radar indicated. But that's a little bit increase in speed. It's a strong storm. That one right there is one we need to keep an eye out for. Frequent ground to cloud to ground lightning is occurring with it, and we can see a lot of the lightning strikes here on the radar, and that's something to be watching out for. So if you're in Brownsville, if you haven't already, take cover. Same thing with Lindsayville, Sweden, Kyrock, Bee Spring, Oak Ridge. In fact, I think I'll go back here. I think I can put a track on it. No, it's probably not because of the... Oh, there we go. All right, there's a track of where that storm's expected to go, and you can see if you're in this cone there. I'll try to bring it back up. It says maximum hail size is up to 3/4 of an inch. That thing's getting ready. If it continues, could go severe.
It could, but you have to remember what they report for the hail size from the radar is usually not anywhere close to what is actually reaching the ground.
It's showing east-northeast at 56 miles an hour, so that is moving along pretty fast. It probably got some pretty good winds in it. Again, it doesn't appear to be severe at this time, but it's pretty strong. So when you see it, if you're in Big Windy, Lone Star, even Bonneville, Hilltop, you might want to consider taking cover. I'll go in a little closer so you can see some of the smaller areas. Macon, Big Windy, Wax, Wheeler's Mill, Ryder's Mill, Lone Star, Tally, High Hickory, Upton. In fact, within about 30 minutes, the center of that storm should be right here. In fact, everybody in this area right here would be being affected by it by that time. So it gives you an idea about it. So take cover if you're in that area. Let's see here. Debbie Braswell Mitchell says, I want one more good snow for the kids to play in, then bring on spring. You know what? I think that's the general feeling with everybody. I think everybody like to have one last good snow, and then we're all ready for spring. And Brandy, none of your business can do her summer dance then. Olivia Robinson says, does the rain and storms happening today help take away any energy of the energy to help take away from the severe weather? Specifically in Princeton, and with the temperature rising, wouldn't that bring up the dew point? Mark, that's probably a good question for you.
Right. The temperature rising, if there's more moisture coming in with that temperature rise, which there is in this case, yes, it will cause the dew point to go up as well. The dew point, if it stayed the same and your temperature goes up, that reduces your relative humidity and the amount of moisture you have available. So for us to have any potential for severe, the dew point will have to come up some. It may take some of the energy out right through here. Like I said, I'm thinking that maybe east of us, over probably east of Bowling Green, will be the main focus for any severe weather we get overnight.
Yeah, and you can kind of see, if you look at this radar, back towards Princeton, there's nothing up there right now. And the line kind of stretches back. There's some trailing cells starting to build up back around Paris, Tennessee, and Dresden, and even back towards Dyer, Tennessee. Dover's getting some pretty hefty rains and goes up to Clarksville. Even Oak Grove's getting in on the action a little bit. They got a little low right at the moment, but it's going to be picking back up. And then it should go over into Pincham and Elkton, Southern Todd County. And so, yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. So, anyway, we're going into a wild period of weather. And I think that the polar vortex has been released. I'm going to see, I don't know why my things here are not working exactly right, Mark. It seems like when I go to Chrome, let me see if I can do it this time. Well, I guess it worked. Anyway, I'm going to go to Zoom Earth, and let's take a look. Here's a satellite. And then I want to look at the look at this swirl right here. See how this is kind of throwing down, and I think, let me go to temperatures. The projections are that Greenland is going to go warmer here soon, which means that the North Atlantic Oscillation will be going negative, which would unleash these cold temperatures up here. This is part of the polar vortex. It's up, really, to tell you the truth, there's still more building. And if you look back over here in Siberia, gosh, 58, 53 degrees below zero.
That's not Siberia, Dave.
This
on
is,
over. There you go.
That's where I had my mouse at.
Okay. It took a second to catch up.
Yeah. Anyway, here we go. All right, let's look at the winds. Do we still have cross-polar flow? So here they come off of the area in Siberia, moving across the pole and back down into North America. Yes, we do still have a cross-polar flow. Right here is the Hudson Bay vortex. You can see the circulation around it. And then here in Greenland, there are things that's starting to play a part in this going, the North Atlantic Oscillation going negative, and that's basically the wind currents going. The wind currents are up here. When Greenland's having good weather, we get serious cold weather because that's considered negative. I don't know. It's hard to explain to you on here, so I'll try not to. I'll try not to give it too hard on you. Connie Chancellor says, hello, David and Mark. Did I miss everything? And she also says, hello, David and Mark, and my Natasha. Is there something you'd like to tell us, Natasha?
I don't know what that's about, but that's cute.
Yeah, well, it's the fact that we actually have a woman on with us, I think is what it is, because we don't have a lot of women on. We have a lot of female viewers, and I appreciate that. But so Natasha's on here to help attract the male population to the page, and she's doing a good job. Anyway, so this is something what we're looking at. You kind of get the idea that there is something brewing in the Arctic. This right here is a polar vortex, and then here is where it looks like Greenland's going to start getting warmer. It's going to be interesting to see this. I want to go out here and let's look in the Pacific. Oops, went a little too fast. I don't really see an Aleutian low anymore. I wonder if that has just disappeared, Mark. It doesn't appear to be a player anymore.
It's hard to pick it out if it is going in out there at all.
Now here's a storm fixing to go into the northwest. Another one down here to the south. We've been watching that for a while. Got a big one wound up right out here, just south of the Aleutian Islands. And then we got another big one right here, and that's some tight rotation into it. That's a pretty good storm there. And this whole thing, it looks like we got about 5 storms out here in the Pacific waiting to come onshore into the North American continent. We'll see. A lot of things going on. But I think that it could be anything that you can imagine. I want to go over to the Storm Prediction Center, too, and also look at this outline. Here's the marginal risk. And then if you go up here and hit the tornado thing, that's a 2% chance. Mark, explain to everybody what a 2% chance is.
All right, a 2% chance. When you're talking about a percentage like this, it doesn't mean like, yes, it's a very low amount, but it just means that out of that whole area, maybe 2% would see a tornado.
So that's not very high. The hail or wind threat is somewhat higher, as is
5%.
Yeah, 5%, and then the hail is at 5%. I mean, that's higher than 2%, Mark. Well, it
is.
So
it is, but
it's
they're
not
just
hatched.
saying that there's a lot of uncertainty, and there's a lot of stuff that would have to come together for something to actually happen.
Yeah. So anyway, hopefully everybody understands that. Bill Melander says, what are we looking forward to this evening? Let's see here. Let me get
Lots of wet.
Okay. That's a good one. And let's go back to the radar here. You can see it going on. Connie Cancer says, sorry, I didn't put in there. It was supposed to be and Natasha.
I thought it was kind of.
So she said, hello, David, Mark, and Natasha. It's okay, Connie. We know what you meant. We just aggravating you, jerking your string a little bit. If we couldn't have a little fun, then, we can't help it. Sandy Christian says, hey, everyone. Okay, Mark, so let's talk about snow. This is what everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to know, when is the snow coming? When is it coming? Why don't you talk to them a little bit about it? I'm about to lose my voice.
All right. Well, we're still looking at a storm rolling in our direction sometime around the 12th. Now, we do have it in our forecast for Monday and probably on into Tuesday, some rain and snow likely. And, we're going to be riding that temperature line right at that 540 line or that surface 32 degree line. So we may get some snow, we may get some rain, we may get something in between. But they're only calling for maybe less than an inch right now in the models. Now, we'll have to get a little closer to see exactly what's going to happen with that. But beyond that, we have several storms that show up on the models as we go farther out. Some of those have a good amount of snow on the backside. Some don't have as much. But exactly where they're going to go, again, it's too early to tell.
Here I am. Kind of went down the wrong way.
Are you okay?
You remember that old cigarette commercial in it say, we figured you'd be here. Anyway, it was an old commercial from a long time ago, anti-smoking commercial where the gunslingers come in, they're getting ready to draw, and they start, well, never mind. Maybe we'll find it and show it to you one of these days. Okay. Chelsea Reese is on with us. She says, hey, friends, how you doing, Chelsea? And Sandy Christian says, hey, everyone. They're all in on the David Powell Weather and Wisdom Facebook page. And it's awful nice. So please be sure and subscribe to us if you haven't already subscribed. We do need the subscriptions. We're trying to get to 6,000 subscribers to carry us to the next level with YouTube. So we're only about 163 away or something like that. I don't know. It's pretty close. But if you haven't subscribed, I know a lot of my friends are watching on here that aren't on the chat. I know you're there. I can sit you out there. So be sure and say hello for one thing. I'd love to talk to you. And also be sure and subscribe to the channel. It does help a lot, and it means a lot. And yes, we're still working on something big coming soon. I've got a couple of computer issues I got to get worked out. Once I get that, then hopefully everything will be great. Chris D says, hey guys, please tell me we'll not see tornadoes. I don't think we will, to be honest with you, Chris. I don't want to diminish it because the chances are not zero, but they're about
the chances
0.5.
are low.
Yeah, real low. They are. They're real low. And I would say anything northwest of Hopkinsville is pretty much, I don't see them getting anything much, to tell you the truth.
No, probably not. Mostly, even the area that they highlighted is off right on the edge of Hopkinsville and Christian County, and then off to our east and northeast. So I think that's going to be the main focus for it. And again, that's not going to be till later on tonight, probably past midnight.
And Eli's on with us too, Mark. Let's say hello to Eli. Hi, Eli. I see you, buddy. You take
Hello,
care
Eli.
of yourself. And you behave in there. I know you act up every now and then. He looked at his mom and says, how does he know that? I'm just joking, Eli. You're a good guy. Nikki Winter says, my car says it's currently 46 here at the mall in Paducah. And what temp are we getting to tonight, Mark?
We will probably have already hit our low for right now. Our temperatures are going to be rising through the night and back up into the 50s. So that's what's going on with our temperatures. And that's one of the reasons we do have a little bit of a threat for severe weather.
And Mary Vorvis says, friends near Glacier National Park said the temperature snow slip mountain was reading minus 63. So I'm not going to complain. Chris D says they're closer to Bowling Green. So yeah, Chris, I still don't see any big threat. I just don't see it. I don't think it would, I can't say no, it's not going to happen, but I can tell you the chances are so low. I would go to bed tonight and not worry too much about it. That would be me. So that if that tells you anything, now if I was concerned, I would tell you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to over exaggerate anything either, though. So if I say, hey, this is something to be worried about, I would tell you so. I'm not too worried about it. Again, just kind of be prepared. If you might hear some thunder and stuff, and but even if a tornado did occur, Mark, I don't see it even being very strong anyway. Do you?
No, there is a little bit of shear, but it's not enough to really get a really big tornado going. So anything that would happen would probably be weak and short-lived.
Yeah. And Chris D says we have our weather radio ready, so that's good. So I'm glad to see that, Chris. Reef Cornelius says nice too. Oh, wait a minute. She said 50s would be nice too. Is what she said. I put her sentences together. I know what she meant now. But anyway, good grief. Let's take a little tour around, Mark. Are you ready for it? Because I know Linda McElrath, is she still on here? I know.
Let's take a little tour around.
Well, first let's go out here to the west. Let's look at these cameras here in Missouri. Well, don't say we did. So its dew point there is 41 degrees, 45 degree temperature. Let's try another place. We could go up here to Dexter. I always like watching those. Stoddard County EMA, again, fog and everything. Dew point's 46, temperature's 46. So, not much there to write home about. Let's go on back. Let's try Spirit Lake. Our good old famous Spirit Lake that we always like to look at. And let's see what it looks like up on that lake now. And it is 24 degrees.
They've come up a bit.
Yeah, but good
It was
grief.
like 14 when I looked earlier today.
Is it snowing? Is that what it's doing? Or is it just foggy? It looks like it's just, I don't know.
There's been a lot of fog and everything up in that area. So
Okay.
it's just been kind of a dreary, foggy day over a lot of the central part of the country.
Their dew point's 18 degrees, so I don't think there's any chance any severe there. Let's go out to Mount Shasta. There she is. She says Linda McGarath wants to see Mount Shasta, so we're going to go out there and let's take a look at it. Here it comes. Oh my goodness. Whew. Now, isn't that a beautiful sight? This is the city down there below the mount. You can't see the mount because it's obscured by the snow, so they've moved the camera to show the city. And that is absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful place.
Oh, and as of yesterday, they didn't have any snow on the ground there. So that's come just in the past 24 hours.
And they are still getting snow. In fact, it looks like there's some heavier snow about to come in on them. The mount, if you were to look, is probably right about up in here. But again, it's obscured by clouds. It looks like it's kind of up in here, I guess. But it's completely shrouded in clouds and probably snow. And man, that is gorgeous. So I could sit here and watch that all day long. Gail Quigley says, I cannot get on. Yeah, Gail, I don't know. I see you fine, so you're evidently on, but I don't know. It's just, are you able to hear me? Linda McElrath says it's snowing. Beautiful. I know she wants. I'm gonna leave it on here for just a second longer for Linda. She just absolutely loves this camera. One of her favorite cameras, and she always looks forward to me taking her to Mount Shasta. So the good thing about these cameras, this is live too, by the way. This is not a recording or anything like that. This is as it's actually occurring. And yeah, it's nice to see a place like that. You know, it's kind of like you can look out a window, and then you can look down and see the snow falling, and it is gorgeous. My goodness, I can't get over it. And it doesn't look like the roads are too messed up. Traffic seems to be moving just fine. Oops, I thought that thing got a little sideways over in the corner, but it looks like it's okay. So,
Hey, Dave.
do you like it, Natasha?
Yes, I can't see it, but I wanted to say, I gotta get going. I gotta go get my baby.
Yeah, well, that's right. We have been on for almost an hour. So,
Yeah.
Natasha, you go right ahead, and we're going to wrap it up here soon, too. But I just want everybody to see that. And anyway, okay. So, Mark, you got any last words?
Everybody, be aware tonight. You know, listen out just in case, but don't let it bother you too much. Have a good evening, and we will see you. If we have severe weather, we'll probably come back on, but if we don't, we'll probably see you Sunday.
And Michael Vance says, bye, Natasha. And if I don't see you here, I'll see you here.